He is James Harden. He's the beard, and he is arguably the most skilled scorer in NBA history. Harden is capable of annihilating opposing defenses with his full arsenal of offensive weapons. Whether that be his lethal step-back three, his fancy Euro step, or his ability to draw fouls and get easy points at the free throw line, Harden is up there with the best all-time scorers ever. But did you know Harden never ever touches his own beard? Or that he predicted his stardom in a childhood note he sent to his mother? Join us now as we take a look at 10 things you did not know about James Harden. Number 1. Nobody else has ever won both MVP and 6th Man of the Year. When Harden got drafted as the 3rd overall pick in the 2009 NBA draft, it was perhaps the final piece in the puzzle before OKC's young, star-studded squad rise to superstar status. They hit their peak in the 2011-12 season, when the team reached the NBA Finals and Harden won the 6th Man of the Year award. And after they lost to the Miami Heat in the finals, the Thunder offered Harden a contract extension that was worth $6 million less than the max, and only gave him a 1-hour deadline to take it. After the offer went unanswered past the deadline, Harden was immediately traded to the Houston Rockets. Little did Thunder management know the beard would go on to become a future MVP winner, as nobody else in history has come off the bench and won 6th Man of the Year before becoming a league MVP. Had they known, they of course would not have traded him. Number 2. He shares a nickname with a famous drug dealer. The beard is of course the most famous James Harden nickname, as his beard has become a staple of his look and persona. But other lesser-known nickname Harden has is El Chapo. The nickname of course alludes to one of the most famous drug lords in history, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, who was the leader of a Mexican cartel that has found a way to escape prison on multiple occasions. This nickname has been around for a couple of years as Harden's, as he used to have it above his locker room dating back to 2017, and it apparently was a self-appointed nickname, given Harden believes it's impossible to lock him up. Whatever the origin, that's quite an extravagant nickname choice. Number 3. He's one of the most loyal hoopers ever. Loyalty is a rare thing in today's NBA. Every offseason, you'll see waves of players jumping from one team to another in pursuit of a championship, a better contract, or to play alongside good friends. But Harden is as loyal as they come. Before entering college, he turned down multiple major scholarships from the likes of UCLA and UNC, and instead opted to join his high school coach and varsity teammate at ASU. Harden also had intentions of re-signing with the Thunder before being traded to the Rockets, but the short deadline the team gave him made it difficult. Perhaps the Thunder would have already won a ring if they kept their 3 MVPs together. Number 4. He has led the league in turnovers 6 different times. As great as Harden is scoring the basketball and setting up his teammates with great passes, perhaps Harden's biggest knock is how turnover-prone he is. Between the times he loses his dribble, gets stripped, and the ones in which his passes get intercepted or just never hit their target, the beard has a long track record of being a bit careless with the ball. Of course, an increase in turnovers is always expected when a player's usage rate rises, as in Harden's case, but even considering that, he still turns the ball over at an alarming rate. Since the 2012-2013 season, he has led the league in turnovers every year except for 2014 and 2018. He is currently 26th in most turnovers in NBA history, and if he keeps turning the ball over at the same pace, he'll be the first in 4.5 seasons. Number 5. He spoke his stardom into existence. You often hear about how we should all speak our goals into existence to make them a reality. Little James Harden might have not heard about that when he was a kid, but he knew since then that he would one day be a big-time star. In his childhood, Harden one day left a note to his mom that read, "Could you wake me at 7? And could you leave me a couple of dollars?" Signing it and following it up with, "P.S. Keep this paper, I'ma be a star." Monia Willis, his mother, still keeps the note to this day as a reminder of how powerful it is to write down and then go chase our dreams in life. Number 6. Hoops over chicks. When he was a young man, Harden didn't have much in his head other than basketball. One day while he was in middle school, the future MVP was shooting hoops during his gym class when a girl approached him to talk. To put things mildly, Harden wasn't interested. Still, she continued flirting with him to try and get his attention, but her cheap talk fell in deaf ears. She was being so insistent that Harden threw the ball at her so she would leave him alone and let him practice. Needless to say, the girl got the message, and Harden continued shooting. That was back in the day, because now Harden is... Number 7. The Strip Club King. Maybe he didn't have time for the girls back then when he was working on his NBA dream, but now James Harden is the NBA's strip club king. The beard is known around the league for his partying habits, and interestingly enough, a Reddit user named Ryan Sullivan found a correlation between how good strip clubs are in each NBA city and how well he performs in away games there. Harden has had his best road performances against the Toronto Raptors, who have the lowest rated clubs among NBA cities. Conversely, Harden has his worst away performances against the Heat, who happen to have the best NBA city strip clubs. Seems like Harden is now making up for all the girls he rejected when he was too busy playing hoops. Number 8. One of 3 modern history scoring and assist champions. There are few players who are capable of both scoring and setting up teammates at an elite level, and as he's proven throughout the years, Harden is one of them. He belongs in a select group of players who have been both scoring champions and assist champions, which basically means leading the league in scoring and assists at different points. Harden, alongside now teammate Russell Westbrook and 2020 assist champion LeBron James, is the only player in modern NBA history to win both scoring and assist titles in his career. Some other double champions include Will Chamberlain, Jerry West, and Nate Archibald, all of whom accomplished this feat before 1973. Harden, Westbrook, and James became assist champions from 2017 to 2020, which means there were no double champions for over 40 years. Number 9. Childhood family struggles. As many fellow NBA players, James Harden did not live a dream childhood. He was raised by a single mother and never really had a relationship with his father, James Harden Sr. They could barely spend any time together, as Harden Sr. was in and out of jail due to multiple drug charge conditions. Thankfully for Harden Jr., even though they lived in a rough Compton neighborhood, his mom signed him up for sports at a very young age to keep him away from bad influences and local gangs in his leisure time. Number 10. Harden never touches his beard. It takes a lot of work to keep a beard like Harden's perfectly clean, and to make sure it's always on point, nobody is allowed to touch it, not even himself, except for his personal barber. Harden has also never used any supplements or beard oils to maintain it, so it's 100% natural. He first started growing out his beard in college because, as one of the youngest players of the team, he wanted to appear older. Also, as the youngest sibling in the family, he was tired of being the baby. His beard has gone on to become one of the most iconic and recognizable player traits in NBA history. Those were 10 things you did not know about James Harden. What was the most surprising fact you learned about the beard today? Make sure to comment down below. And as always, please leave a like and subscribe.